I believe that this pedal could be enough. You don't really need a pedal board if you have this pedal. If you like this sound, you could rip off a lot of shoegaze tones just with this pedal. It's amazing. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Shoegazer channel, where we talk about effect pedals, exciting music gear, home production and more, all around the beautiful noise and otherworldly soundscapes. I wasn't uploading videos for a while, and I really want to apologize for that. As some of you might have noticed, I had to finish my album. I also created a shoegaze guitar loop pack plus some iconic shoegaze drum sounds. If you are interested in a shoegazer guitar loop pack made by a shoegaze nerd, check out the link in the description below. And yeah, I was in Austria, I was in New Zealand and Australia and in New Caledonia. I traveled a lot. I really needed to take some time off to rearrange myself a little bit. But now I'm back, and today I'm happy to introduce to you guys the Ghost. This pedal is a collaboration between the Spanish music audio gear developers Endorphins and the very famous music YouTuber Andrew Huang. And I'm super excited to be able to check his pedal out, because if you don't know who he is a very talented experimental musician, I'd say, songwriter and YouTuber from Canada. Today I want to check for you guys, as always, if I'd be able to get some shoegaze tones out of this pedal. First I want to explain a little bit what it is. The Ghost pedal can do subharmonic filter sounds and distortion sounds, ambient reverbs, delays. It can do everything at the same time actually. I've never played such a pedal because it's so versatile. It's designed for synth players, for experimental musicians and of course for guitar players. But I also want to show you today how it sounds on bass. Because of the filter option here, it's very nice to use it as a wah pedal, as a filter wah. And the distortion on it is very good, so I really want to give you an impression what it can do. You can see here, it has a volume knob, it has a delay section, it has a reverb section, the filter section. Here is a modulation section that you can use for every parameter. For example, you can create a tremolo with the volume knob, or you can create some very wobbly filter sounds with a filter knob, or wobbly distortion sounds, also a little bit tremolo-like. It has a reverse reverb, and this is exactly what interested me in the pedal in the first place, because there are not so many pedals out there with a reverse reverb option, but I really want to know on this channel and also want to discover for you how this reverse reverb sounds. I'm playing my self-modified Squier Jaguar with the DIY neck. I created a little used look here, so I really like the guitar now. It's definitely a little bit trashy as well, but here is my clean tone. As it's a pedal by Andrew Huang, I decided to wear a hat today as a little homage to him. Hey Andrew. What I haven't told you yet is here is a routing button. That means you can switch between the order of the effects. So distortion into filter, into the reverb and delay effects, distortion into the delay effects, into the filter, filter into the distortion, into the reverb and delay effects, filter into the reverb, into distortion, and here, this is what I think is very cool, reverb effects into distortion, into the filter. So let's choose the distortion here. More. Okay, and so it sounds with a reverse reverb. I think this is shoegaze. What do you say? Alright, when I hit the preset button, I can decide on which position I'm here. You have 9 presets, and here I made a little ambient preset for you. Isn't that beautiful? With some distortion. And I also like that the distortion is very subtle. It's not too harsh, it's just the right amount to play chords and enjoy the ambience. I'm now in the hall shimmer mode, so when I turn up the reverb, you can hear some slight modulation in the end. You can hear these pitch shifting shimmer notes. Also nice for lead tones. And if I don't like the ambient tail because it's too loud, I can here choose how wet or dry I want to have the signal. It's really cool. Alright, next preset. This is a more distorted ambient sound, almost a little doomy and post-rock like. Wow, this is so amazing. Here I chose the modulation envelope. So you can hear these little movements in the background, but I can also use another shape and get a tremolo out of it. So with the modulation I can here change the modulation of the reverb a little bit. Since this pedal is in stereo and I'm showing it you in stereo, you can really appreciate the movement of left and right. But I can also switch the beginning and the end of the tremolo sound. And here I have different shapes like a sine wave, a saw wave, square wave, and also kind of a random square wave, and here the envelope. This one is pretty cool, so when you touch the strings the effect comes right after your picking, so it sounds like this. You hear? This is very cool for a show effect, I think. I also want to show you some delay. Of course I can tap in the delay if I want. Now I want to show you what you can do with the filter. So you hit the modulation and you decide how you want the filter to sound like. For example, like this. So let's turn off the delay. You can really hear the effect. So you can play synth guitar with this pedal. Or we just switch the routing here. So this routing knob gives you the possibility to try out so many different effects that you wouldn't be able to try out usually, because you would have to rearrange the pedals. And here you just have a knob and you hit through all the different possibilities. That's really amazing. This is exactly what every multi-effect pedal needs. But let's try something else. Let's take off the distortion. When we hit shift, we have the possibility also to turn in some bit crushing. Let's try this.
And now, let's switch to bass.
So this is my bass tone. This is a Mustang bass with a Fender Precision pickup, so I can mix between the Precision and the Mustang. And so here is the mixed version of both. I was super excited to try out the filtering modes here, especially after I read that you can use the bit crusher in combination with a filter. So here I connected an expression pedal. That means I can use the expression pedal to modulate the filter and go into a bit crusher. So here's another preset where I also use a delay. Pretty nice. So when I use the shift button, I can change the crush sound. Now you understand why the pedal is called Ghost. Let's check another preset that I made. This is more electronic bit crush. In my music project Uncanny Valleys, I also like to use distorted basses with delays. So here's no bit crush on it. Maybe you're interested in only the distortion on the bass. It would sound like this. You can also tune in the tone that you like by using the shift knob, and here you can see you have the tone option. Or fatter. When I hold the modulation knob, I can also create a tremolo. So in the end, I just want to nerd around a little bit with it and try to get something very extreme on bass. Let's see what we can do. Holding the shift knob and tab, you can also create a freeze effect. So when I use a delay, for example, you can hear the delay, right? But when I tap, then it's standing and you can play over it. Really cool. It's kind of a looper if you want so. The same thing goes for the reverb when we use the shimmer mode. Yeah, thanks for watching. This is Andrew Huang's and Endorphin's Ghost pedal. I think it's a shoegaze machine. It's perfect to showcase here on the Shoegazer channel. I hope you had fun whatever you are doing right now. By the way, what are you doing right now? Please let me know in the comments, because I would really love to know what shoegazers are doing while watching my videos. Thanks to Endorphins for sending the pedal. And Andrew, if you are interested in checking out my new pedal, the Katzenjammer Filterfass number 2. If you're interested in this little cat noise toy, just let me know and we send it to you. It's not released yet, but it will be in a few weeks. You could be one of the first ones to check it out. So thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in my music, check out Uncanny Valleys on Spotify or Bandcamp or SoundCloud, wherever you like. I just released 2 albums, Giant Yellow Eyes, a more rock shoegaze grunge album, and Cybergaze, a more electronica, drum and bass, EDM shoegaze album. If you want to become a member of the Shoegazer Squad on Patreon, you can also do this. There are lots of presets for different effect pedals, also IRs of reverse reverbs, audio templates for shoegaze musicians. You would really support me with this. See you later. Bye.